Hello and welcome to the news update on AFRICUNIA television, reaching you from our studio in the nation's commercial capital, Lagos, Nigeria. I am Deborah Ezeh. Many thanks for joining me. We'll begin from Nigeria. The meeting between the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the federal government ended in a deadlock on Tuesday. The federal government team met with the representative of ASUU at the headquarters of the National University Commission. Later on Tuesday night, Onchon said it wasn't good, referring to the meeting. We didn't sign anything. They did not come with anything good. I can't go into details. We will talk to our members first before we talk to the press. We represent our members. Now, sources familiar with the matter said that the federal government team met with the representative of ASUU at the headquarters of the National University Commission. The meeting with the FG's team was headed by Professor Nimi Briggs and it started by 12 p.m. and ended by 3 p.m. There was no new offer on the table. They simply begged us to call off the strike. Another source said the lecturer left angrily, though we cannot really ascertain what was discussed with them. As you can see, we are not invited, but the proposal presented was rejected. A top ministry official also confirmed. And moving on, President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday declared that the successful elimination of malaria in Nigeria was projected to save the nation about 2 trillion naira by year 2030. Speaking yesterday at the State House Abuja while inaugurating a 16-man Nigeria Malaria Council headed by the founder and president of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, Buhari stressed that the successful implementation of the council agenda and savings from the estimated economic burden of malaria disease could save Nigeria about 687 billion naira in 2022 and 2 trillion naira by 2030. The president emphasized that beyond improving the quality of life, health, and well-being of Nigerians, the concerted strategy to tackle malaria has both public health as well as socio-economic benefit for Nigeria. The president added that the membership of the council reflects government's commitment to significantly reducing the malaria burden in Nigeria to a level where it is no longer a public health issue. Now, away from Nigeria, Kenya opposition figure Raila Odinga said Tuesday the presidential election result declared by the country's electoral chairman were null and void. Speaking one day after Deputy President William Ruto was declared the winner, Odinga told a crowd in Nairobi, "What we saw yesterday was a travesty and a blatant disregard for the constitution and the laws of Kenya by Wafulu Chebukati, the minority of IEBC commissioners." This was Odinga's first appearance as Kenya Electoral Commission chairman on Monday, declared Ruto the winner with almost 50.5% of the vote. 4 of the 7 commissioners abjectly announced they couldn't support the result, and Odinga supporters scuffled with the remaining commissioners at the declaration venue. On Tuesday, the local election observation group announced that its highly regarded prior voting tally corroborates the official result in an important check on the process. But Odinga asserted that the only electoral commission or only the electoral commissioner chairman could see the final results before the declaration. Now, there was no immediate statement from the electoral commission or its chairman. Now, still on the African scene, flash flood triggered by heavy rains continue to tear up homes across Sudan, with the death toll rising to 66 since the start of the rainy season. Earlier this week, authorities had said that at least 50 people were killed since the rain started in June. Brigadier General Abdul Jalil Abdul Rahim, spokesperson for Sudan National Council for Civil Defense, said that at least 28 people were reported injured during the same period. Some 24,000 homes and 24 government buildings have been badly damaged or completely destroyed, he said. Now, overall, around 136,000 people have been impacted by heavy rainfall and floods in 12 of Sudan's 18 provinces, according to the government-run Humanitarian Aid Commission. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said the flood also inundated 238 health facilities. The Western Darfur region and the province of Nile River, whilst now West Kordofan and South Kordofan were among the hardest hit, he said. Now, footage circulated online over the past week showing flood water sweeping through streets and people struggling to save their belongings. We now go on a short break, and when we come back, it's updates making the rounds on the foreign scene. Just stay with me. And now welcome back onto the foreign scene. And Onchon court on Wednesday lifted a reporting restriction on a landmark national security case involving a now disbanded group that used to organize candlelight videos on the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square crackdown. The decision follows a ruling by High Court Judge Alex Lee this month, overturning a ruling by lower court magistrate Peter Law, who had blocked application to allow open reporting of pretrial proceeding, known as committal hearing. Now, the lifting of the reporting restriction was seen as a breakthrough by some activists. It is the first time reporting will be allowed for pre-trial hearing for a national security case in Onchon. The ban was lifted following a legal challenge by one of the defendants, Cho Hang-tung, a 37-year-old, who had argued full reporting must be allowed in the interest of open justice. In lifting the restriction, Law dismissed arguments from the prosecutor, including the public debate from reporting might affect the course of justice. And now moving on, North Korea fired 2 cruise missiles from the west coast town of Onchon early on Wednesday, a South Korean military source said, without giving details such as the missile's range or altitude. The launches come as South Korea and the United States kicked off their 4-day preliminary joint drill on Tuesday in preparation for the long-suspended live field training Ulchi Freedom Shield, which takes place from August 22nd to September 1st. Meanwhile, South Korea President Yoon Suk-yeol on Wednesday said he is willing to provide phased economic aid to North Korea if it ended nuclear weapon development and began denuclearization, as he took questions during a news conference to mark his first 100 days in office. Now, still on the foreign scene, Japanese prosecutors have arrested a former member of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Board, Haruyuki Takahashi, on suspicion of bribery, the Asahi Shimbun newspaper said on Wednesday. Now, Takahashi was arrested on suspicion that he had received bribes amounting to hundreds of billions of yen from Swiss retailer and Tokyo 2020 sponsor Aoki Holding. According to the reports by Asahi Shimbun, prosecutors also arrested Hironori Akoi, former chairman of Akoi Holding, along with 2 others in connection with the bribery case. The other 2 people arrested were not named in the report. We now head to the sports scene. Manchester United are interested in signing Brighton defensive midfielder Moises Caicdeo, but a deal for Juventus and Deborah is now increasingly unlikely. The club have not been able to meet Ribalt's wage demands after a broad agreement had been reached with Juventus on a £50 million fee. Brighton have no intention of selling, but United are expected to make an offer. The 20-year-old Ecuador international impressed in Brighton 2-1 opening weekend win at Old Trafford as Graham Potter's side and the new United boss Erik ten Hag defeat in his first game in charge. Caicdeo only debuted for Brighton at Arsenal in April, but has become a first-team regular for Potter, having started the last 10 league games and had made 12 appearances in all competition for the club. And finally, Cristiano Ronaldo may be allowed to leave Manchester United this month if Erik ten Hag decides his departure would be better for the club going forward. United position has not changed and Ronaldo is not for sale. He still has a year left on his contract and United have the option of extending it by another 12 months. It was reported on Monday that Atletico Madrid and Chelsea were still 2 possible destinations for Ronaldo if United change their stand and let him leave. However, there are senior figures at both clubs who were not convinced they should sign Ronaldo, with an opening weekend defeat to Brighton swiftly followed by an humbling 4-0 loss away at Brentford on Saturday. United sits bottom of the table. Meanwhile, Ronaldo's United's future is in serious doubt, with the 37-year-old wanting to quit Old Trafford this summer in favor of joining a Champions League club. And that concludes the news update on AFRICUNIA television. Do follow all our social media platforms displaying on your screen to stay connected and updated to our news and other programs. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and link us up on www.africunia.tv. Once again, I am Deborah Ezeh. Bye for now.